Yay, it's Monday again. Welcome back, team. This is the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday team call. We're excited to be here with you. It's where we share information on our announcements from corporate, things that are going on in the team, and bring you some great nuggets and things to be thinking about and implementing into your business to be successful in your LifeVantage business. And we appreciate every single one of you that are on here live with us. We know it's a sacrifice to be able to be here. And those of you that aren't able to make it live, don't worry, we've got you covered. You can go and subscribe on the Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel and also Freedom Reigns SoundCloud. We upload all of these trainings there so that you get notified if you subscribe.
Right,
so go
hint.
and do that today. All right, so we're going to be going through all the announcements, and then we have this amazing topic for you. But first of all, celebrations. Do you know how important it is to celebrate people? People love to be celebrated. You love to be celebrated, right? When you do something, you love to be able to have other people pat you on the back and say, great job. So we want to do this on a weekly and a monthly basis. Heck, daily if you want to start posting in Team Freedom Reigns.
The more the
we
merrier.
would love to make sure that you guys are announcing and introducing all of your new team members so that we can all say congratulations to them, welcome them to the family. Sensational Saturday is all about what you did through the week. It was small or big steps towards you building the life and LifeVantage business that you guys want to have, right? And then we've got the celebrations on the enrollment side of things and the rank advancement. So please go to the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page, find these posts, congratulate those people that were building their business last month, or even, just stepped outside their comfort zone and did something that scared the crap out of them, right? Because that's what this business is all about, is it's a bunch of little, but it's a bunch of little moments that scare the crap out of you that help you grow into the person you need to be, that will attract the right people, that will help you build the size of business that you want here with LifeVantage. All right, guys, so we are here in the last week of August. Can you believe it?
Where's this year gone already?
My gosh. can't even believe it. So we want to make sure that you all know the proper behaviors and the things that you must keep an eye out for to ensure that you get paid and your team gets paid. Because to be a good leader, you want to make sure that your team's getting their paychecks, right? And you can't just leave it up to us. We do everything we can to make sure that things are done and that everybody's going to be getting all the commissions and hitting those ranks, but we need your help. These are the things that you really need to be focusing on so that you can close out August strong and say hello to September in a grand way. So first, double check your personal orders. Make sure that they went through and that you have your product coming to you. You're a biohacker. You don't want to miss. You don't want to go days without these amazing products. But you also need to be making sure that your personally enrolled distributors and customers' orders all went through properly. There have been batches of subscription runs to where there's been several credit cards that have been declined for weird reasons. And so we want to make sure that everybody knows when that happens so that they can get into distributor support and get the help that they need to get their products arriving at their door. Make sure that you are educating your team on the importance of having their subscription orders. Guys, you didn't start this business to have another job to where you just enroll somebody and you get that smart start bonus. No, you started this business for the leveraged 15th of the month paycheck. Okay, and those big paychecks are based off of subscription orders. So if you guys check your back office and see the new enrollees and you've got a lot of people that are red, that means that they don't have a subscription order set up. So you either need to talk to the person that's enrolling them to make sure they understand the importance of subscription orders, or you need to make sure that the person knows the importance of maintaining the usage of our products to get the optimal results. Now, guys, also make sure that you're double checking your personal volume. That's your personal order and the order of your personally enrolled customers. Minimum of 100 MPV will get you paid. But you need the maximum, you need that 200 MPV in order to optimally take advantage of all of the bonuses that are part of our lucrative compensation plan here at LifeVantage. Striking distance report. This is one that I love to use. Yes, and it will tell you people that are 15% away from the next rank, and it starts at Pro 3. So you want to go in there and you want to check this report and see who you can help hit that next rank. And then you want to dive back into see who their enroller is and who their enroller is, because they're probably getting close to a rank advancement too. So we want to make sure that we're helping everyone and using the team leverage to get everybody to the rank that they want by the end of this month, all right? We're all going for big goals. Let's get them together. Also use the new enrollment report. I love this report. You can actually organize it by enroller ID. And if you haven't noticed yet this month, something the company did for us is they also added in the enroller's name. So it eliminates an additional step where it's like you could see the ID number, but then you'd have to click on the ID number and have it open up before you could see who the enroller was. Now the name is there with the ID number, and it's super exciting because you can see who's actually working their business, and those are the people we really want to focus on to be able to help them hit their goals. And then the thing is, you're following up too to close out this month strong. So why not set an appointment early in September to follow up with them if right now is just not the right time for them to become a customer or to start their business with you here at LifeVantage. So be setting appointments from your follow-ups in August for the first week or two of September so that you can really just start the month of September with a bang. And here's the best part right here is don't stop. If there's a minute left in the working time of this month, don't stop. Keep working because miracles have happened in the last moments of a month before in helping people achieve their goals and their ranking up. We want to help you do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Elite Academy. Elite Academy in Long Beach. This is October 3rd through the 6th. This is going to be a huge event, all right? We've got the launch of the amazing new Pro Tandem product, right? The Super 7 launch. That's code name.
Code name.
Super 7. We've heard some really kind of cool stuff about this, so you're going to really want to be there because if you're not there, you don't get to hear it first, and you don't get to get the product first, and you don't get to feel it the way everybody else is going to be feeling it, because this is going to be one of those products that you can actually feel when you take it. Super exciting. Plus other announcements that are coming. Location of 2020 Global, Elite Retreat Location 2020. If you don't have that as a goal to attend in 2020, you should.
Yes.
Think bigger, faster, because every single one of you that sets your mind to it and puts the efforts behind it can absolutely be an elite and attend in November 2020, the Elite Retreat. So we want to know where that's at. We're going to have announcements on daily pay in 2020, and how about free shipping options that are going to be coming to all of us also early on in 2020. So right now, you know, the company wants everybody to attend. They've actually extended the $99 pre-registration through the end of this month. So we have through Saturday night, guys. Every single person that's part of your team, and even if they're not part of your team yet, we have a guest coming with us. We've actually got somebody that we know in Southern California that has agreed to come and go as a guest. They want to see what we're so excited about. Why not do the same thing? Bring guests. They can vet out the company. They can vet out our leadership, the science. What better place than when we're having a new product launch?
Seriously.
Seriously. And
best
Long
case
Beach.
scenario for guests, for sure.
Yeah. And then we always plan from event to event. So the next event coming up after Long Beach is this amazing Elite Academy colliding with an incentive trip at an all-inclusive resort, where all-inclusive means everything's included, in case you were wondering about that. But the Moon Palace Cancun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is going to be fun.
It is.
It's a love child, but it's going to be fun. So February 6th through the 10th is the actual event. Qualification period to be able to get it paid back to you in its entirety by your actions and enrollments and rank advancing and helping your team rank advance is July 1st through December 31st. So we still have a long time to be working on qualifying to have this trip fully paid back to you. You do have to pre-register to start earning these bonuses. So it's $950 per person for this full time. This is 5 days, 4 nights, and an all-inclusive. That means all your food, all your drinks. It also includes all non-motorized water equipment. Okay, guys, it's a big deal. And then it's only $99 for the Elite Academy. So if you're registered before the end of this month, you can take advantage of the 50-50 payment plan. Pay 50% of it up front, and then in 2 months, pay the other 50%. So it's not a one lump sum out of your pocket. And keep in mind that in order to earn the different tiers, which if you didn't see the TFR call where we went over all the details of how to earn this trip fully, go and find it on the team YouTube channel. It's all about the Cancun incentive trip, but you must pre-register before you qualify for a tier in order to earn the points or the cash. Okay.
Right.
So you've got to get pre-registered. And the company helps us every step of the way. Every single month, there's going to be additional bonus points that we can earn. In August, this is the deal, guys. Enroll 2 new distributors this month. Help them set up their subscription order for September to equal 300 in volume together. Okay, 300 in volume in their subscription order in September. This order must run. They can't cancel it. And you get an additional 200 in points towards the tiers for the trip. So this is really exciting, and it is doable for every single one of you that just decides to do the do.
Just do it.
Do the do, right? All right, guys. So I'm excited about this. This is actually Donji's brainchild. He's super passionate about this. This is one of those things to where we all have this big grandeur idea of what we're going to do with this business, but what does it really take to be successful? So here in this call tonight, we're going to ask, will the real network marketers please stand up? So
Right.
Donji, do you want to take it away?
Yes.
Yeah, high five.
High five. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up, and I've talked about the difference between being an amateur and being a professional. I've talked about it in the past. We've done trainings on it in the past, but I just read something in a book that fascinated me and it kind of got my geeky doctor wheels spinning, because it helped me understand what habits truly are, and the book is called The Talent Code. The Talent Code. And I understood the difference between amateurs and professionals on a neurologic level, which I've never thought about before. I always thought it had everything to do with actions and fundamentals, but I'm going to really talk about neurology and physiology, not geeking out, and I'm going to kind of close with it, but that's what inspired this training of will the real network marketer please stand up? Because it really comes down to anybody can be a professional network marketer. Anybody can be an all-star network marketer. Because it is literally the most level playing field there is. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter whether you follow the law all the times in your life, because there are felons who can't vote, who can't travel, that still can build this business to multi-million dollar levels. We met a gal in Las Vegas that was a prostitute. She was a drug addict. She was homeless. She went to prison for murder and got out despite all of that, and is now a multi-millionaire, makes over $600,000 per month.
Amazing.
In a business, and had everything going against her. But she decided to be a real network marketer and show up for a level playing field. And it's like, literally, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, how smart you are, whether you're male or female, how tall you are, what you look like. None of that matters. The only thing that truly matters is that you are 18 years of age and can, by law, enter into a contract, and that you literally have a pulse. There is no fictitious people. They don't read obituaries and then enroll dead people, okay? That might happen in voting booths, but it doesn't happen in network marketing. So here's the deal, and I don't want to make light of this, but the difference between real network marketers and pseudo network marketers it has nothing to do with the things that I just mentioned. It has everything to do whether or not they show up and then stand up. And it comes down to couple different things. First and foremost thing I want to talk about are the fundamentals.
Do you want me to go to the next slide?
So no, not yet.
Not yet.
So the fundamentals, and I want to give you guys a sports analogy. So whatever your favorite sport is, and maybe you don't even like sports, then maybe use crochet as an example. Whatever your deal is, whatever your hobby is, there are fundamentals. So for me, my passion was baseball. Marcy's was volleyball and basketball and softball. So the key is that for me, baseball, the fundamentals are learning how to field a ground ball if you want to play infield, learning how to bat, learning how to field, learning the rules of the game, and those types of things. In basketball, you need to learn to dribble. You need to learn to pass. You need to learn to shoot. You need to learn to rebound. You need to learn to bounce pass and do layups and those kinds of things. But it's just a finite amount of fundamentals. And what really comes down to whether or not you have a basketball that's in your closet that ran out of air 10 years ago, or whether or not you are doing behind the back slam dunks and then dabbing when you hit the ground. The difference is the fundamentals and how often you practice the fundamentals. So you can go ahead and change the next slide. So I want to get into some specifics here. And I want to readdress the most successful network marketers are not the smartest people. They're not the most experienced network marketers. There are people that are brand new beginners that came to this company, was the first network marketing company they've ever been to, and they followed the system that I'm going to explain to you. They've done the things that I'm going to explain to you, and now there they sit as Executive Master Pro 10. Our sponsor, Blue Elam, is an example of that. And there's many, Skip Campbell is an example of that. Gabe and Jill Pearson are examples of that. First-time network marketers, master Pro 10s. So it doesn't matter who the smartest person is, who the most experienced person is, or this. Oh, that person has 300,000 people on their YouTube channel. They're going to crush this. Maybe not. Not if they don't follow the second things that you see down there. The people that are the most successful in network marketers or in network marketing are the most consistent. They are the most studious. They learn about the fundamentals, and they are the people that persevere the longest. They are the people that endure. Is that one of those pyramid schemes? Oh, you're not going to do that, right? You're going to go to jail. Oh my gosh, are you crazy? Nobody makes money in those things. Really? And you get what? Criticism and judgment. And what does that do? It doesn't make you feel good. I get it. But if you want it bad enough, and you're willing to stay with it long enough, and you're willing to study hard enough, and you're willing to practice long enough, you will be successful so long as you persevere. It's that simple. And so it really comes down to the level playing field. So a couple of the fundamentals I want to talk about, the most important 6 fundamentals of network marketing. First and foremost, and the most important, is databasing. You've got to put names on a list.
Yes.
If you don't think of names, then there will never be potential prospects. They will never be potential customers. They will never be potential distributors. You got to write some names down first. So the first is databasing. Anybody you know. If they are over 18 and they have a pulse, write their names down. Even if it's somebody you don't know their name, like the bagger at the grocery store. You have facial recognition, but you don't know their name because you never got close enough to read the tag because you were always in the other aisle, the do-it-yourself or the self-serve lane. It's okay. Write the name down. Or maybe the person who washes your car when you go to the car wash, or the person who collects your stuff when you go drop off donations at Goodwill. Whatever it is, you don't have to have name recognition. You just have to have facial recognition and write their name down and eventually put them on your database. The second is inviting. Doesn't matter how many people you have on your database. If you're not putting people in front of information, you're never going to build a business. Now, this is the hardest of the 6, is inviting. Because even though this is just a cell phone, for some people who've never done this before, where they're riddled with fear and they're worried about judgment, it seems like it weighs 5,000 pounds. It's the hardest thing to do, is extend an invitation to someone else. But it is the gateway skill. If you master this skill, you will be successful. If you even suck at it, you'll be successful if you do it often enough. Because if you keep doing it over and over and over and you keep sucking at it, there's only one reason. You keep changing it. And I'll get into that a little bit more when I talk about the system. So if you are doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you cannot help but get better. It's just how it is. And I'll tell you that that is rooted in neurology. That's the surprise I've got for you at the end. So keep doing it, inviting. But a couple things to think about when you're inviting: be in a hurry. Ask questions of your prospects. Find out their pain. Find out their need. Find something about them that you might be able to remedy. And then just give them, my favorite is the "if I would you" invitation. Wow, those things you were talking about, it, my heart really felt for you. If I showed you some information that could possibly change everything for you, would you watch it? That simple, giving the invitation. The third is presenting. Now, here is my philosophy, and it's shared by many, many, many top earners in network marketing. Never, ever, ever, ever present to your own prospects.
Right. No.
Ever. Be the messenger, not the message. Don't ever present to your own prospects. Use a tool. Use the team. It's why we have amazing videos. It's why you have an app to send links. It's why we have these things like these pre-recorded webinars that you're going to hear us do tomorrow live. We've got recordings of it. So presenting, because information must be presented to them. Somebody must do it. It just can't be you if we're talking about the prospects. So that's the third. The fourth is closing, because the second hardest of these fundamentals is asking for the close. You made a great database. You did amazing invitations. You got a room filled with people. Your upline came and did a just absolute phenomenal presentation. But if you don't turn around to your prospects and ask them, what questions can we answer for you before we get you started tonight? Then you lost everything. The potential was completely lost. So the close is the second most difficult, but probably the most important, because if nobody joins your business, if nobody gets closed, you don't really have a business. And so these are, again, just the fundamentals, closing. Now, number 5, if after they saw the information, it didn't yield a sign up of a customer or a distributor, which 99% of the time, or actually 97.5% of the time, it doesn't,
right,
unless we're talking to those innovators, it's going to take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or more follow-ups. We just heard at LifeVantage Academy last weekend where we had Executive Master Pro 10, one of the top 3 people of our entire company. He's been working on the same guy for 10 years and still hasn't closed him yet.
But he's following
But the
up.
conversation is still ongoing. He's still following up after 10 years. And he said probably a couple hundred follow-ups. But here's the important part. If this guy sees it finally, and maybe it's the 157th follow-up that Mark does, and this guy gets enrolled, even if he just takes our products, his life is going to be changed for generations. He could have literally just changed the bloodline of that person with 157 follow-ups. And I get emotional, but think about changing someone's bloodline. That's incredible. Or how about changing someone's legacy? If he gets involved in the distributorship and comes home and it becomes a stay-at-home dad for his kids after 157 follow-ups over 10 years, do you think it would be worth it for that one person? It absolutely is. So the follow-up, key importance. And then lastly, the number 6 is duplication. When you get an enrollment, work with that person. And we're talking about a distributor now, a business, a team partner, a business person who's on your team now, a business partner. Work with them to help them get enrolled, a customer or a distributor, because this is something our company is really focusing on. It's called the first dollar principle. If somebody makes $1, they're going to stay around for at least 6 months. But if they don't make any money in their first 6 months, they're more than likely going to leave after 90 days. So it's within the first 30 days, ideally the first 90 days, getting them their first dollar, which is where it's so important to you. This process is called tap rooting, or building depth of your team. You get somebody enrolled, then you help them enroll somebody. You work with that person to help them get enrolled, and you just duplicate the process until a leader shows up. It's also called sifting and sorting. You kind of shake the flour and all of a sudden, boom, the leader drops out the bottom. That's the most important 6 things of the fundamentals. Those are the fundamentals, okay, guys? But it really comes down to this too. Those are the fundamentals, but if you don't practice them and you don't hone your skills, it's kind of just going through the routines and not getting really any fruit. So the skills are really, really important, which is what the fundamentals we're talking about. So what are some skills you need to really understand? Number 1 is the skill of attending events, because that's where you're going to get your skills. In attendance, while you're taking notes and you're listening and you're seeing and you're participating at all corporate events, don't miss them. Kind of think of it this way. And I'm going to go back to the analogy of amateurs and professionals. Amateurs pay to play whatever it is they're doing. Professionals get paid to play whatever they're doing. So the key is the top people in this industry, not just LifeVantage, but all companies, the top earners in this entire industry never, ever, ever, ever think about missing an event, could not even think about it, and would never miss a corporate event. It's just the programming. So that's the other skill. The first and the next one is attending all your training calls. Somebody told me when I first got involved in this business, in this industry, and it happened to be at LifeVantage because I'm a newbie here too. They said, don't ever miss a corporate event. Don't ever miss a training call. And this was something that was pretty powerful. If you have, and we call them elite distributors, so somebody who's making or has built $1 million business, don't ever miss an opportunity to hear $1 million business owner, even if you have to drive further than 4 hours.
Yep.
Don't ever miss an opportunity to listen to somebody who's created $1 million business, because they've created $1 million business. And if it's worth your time and you want to do it, then go listen to them. So 10 training calls. One of my favorite things and recommend is this book, Go Pro. Read this book over and over and over until the pages fall out, until the binding breaks and you have a hard time you keeping the pages in there. That's how you know you're doing well with it. And then be a student of the industry. That's a great way to start. The Go Pro book. Number 4, be a student of the industry. And number 5, and this is, I saved it for last, but it's follow the system. We have a system in our business. Follow the system. And I remember I love to follow the system and don't reinvent the wheel. My biggest mistake in the beginning. And finally, Blue came to me, and Blue is my sponsor. And he says, look, you got great ideas. They're innovative ideas and we appreciate them, but we have a system for a reason. Wait until you hit Pro 7. In other words, build $1 million business, then bring your own ideas into the mix, because the system is there to predict your success. It's kind of like this. If you're, again, back to the sports analogy, you want to be a professional and you want to make money doing it, why would you do silly things? Like if you go hire a coach and that coach is going to show you the fundamentals and you're like, nah, I think I'll do it my way. Why hire him in the first place? It's actually silly. And so follow the system. And if you have innovative ideas, wait until you hit Pro 7. Just follow the system as is, because the system got all the people that are at the elite level there. Nobody really reinvented anything. So don't reinvent anything and follow the system. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the practice. This is what I wanted to share with you. The practice, doing the do. You can go ahead and change it to the next slide if you like. So doing the do, right? So the first thing about this is that I'm going to go back, and the most successful network marketers in review, the people that master the fundamentals, the people that improve their skill sets constantly, expand their mindset constantly, practice, and do the do. The do is the practice part. Here's something pretty phenomenal that I learned today, or I wanted to share with you today, that I learned in this book called The Talent Code. That in neurology, in other words, how your brain works and how all the nerves of your body work. And here's something, get this. Every human movement, every human thought, and every human feeling. Let's say it again. Movement, thought, or feeling creates a specific and unique electrical signal that goes down a nerve, just like you turn the light on, and the light powers electricity. So every thought, movement, and feeling creates a specific and unique electric signal that goes down a nerve. And every single time it does that, that specific nerve fiber that carries that specific signal creates something called myelin, because it's stimulated. And myelin is like the what is it called? The insulation around a wire.
Protector.
So if you look at your cord that plugs into the lamp, it's not exposed copper wire. There's rubber around it. That's the insulation. Every time you have a movement, a thought, or a feeling, it sends an electrical signal down that pathway, and myelin goes around it to protect and keep focused that signal. So why is that important? Because the more you do, the more you have that thought, the more you create that movement, the more you have that feeling, it's going to bolster it. It's going to make it stronger. So what if that movement is like this with the remote control on the couch, and the feeling is, I'm not a good network marketer. And as a result of that, the thought is, I'm not a good network marketer. I feel bad. And this is my Netflix conundrum over the weekend. I'm going on a Netflix marathon. Think about that. Those are creating pathways. Every single thought, every single movement, every single time you hit the thumb on the remote, and every single time you don't move. How about this though? Same scenario. You decide to get up off the couch. You decide to go read GoPro. You decide to think, I can do this. If that person can do it, I can do it. And you change your behavior. You change your thoughts. You change your movement. You're now reprogramming new pathways. It's why when you pick up a basketball and you're at the free throw line and you shoot the first time and you miss and you maybe even airball it, if you keep doing it over and over and over and over, you're building the pathways over and over. And the more you get the reach down, the more you get the feel down, the more you get the movement down, the easier it is, the more repetition it is, and the more myelin goes around that, and the more it sinks it in, and it swish every single time.
So I just want to say one thing on that, though, because it is true that doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, right? So we're not saying keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. We're saying do something, review it. If it didn't work quite the way that you wanted it to, change it a little bit. Maybe get some counsel from one of your mentors or someone that's successful and change it just a little bit, and then do it again and do that behavior over and over and over again. And you're going to be building the proper myelin.
Absolutely. Yep. And here's the cool thing about myelin. Even when you do something and you fail, it builds myelin. Mm-hmm. But if you keep doing it and you eventually get it and you get that swish and you've got the range down and now you're mastering that, it's doing the do, and now it's called habit. The habit is winning. So the last thing I want to share with you guys is this whole thing about time. Because nobody is as successful as they want to be as fast as they want to be. Nobody. Not a single person in the history of network marketing has ever gone to where they want as fast as they wanted to. It takes slower for everybody. But here's the deal. It's going to take time. Have the proper expectations going in. And I found probably the most concrete and accurate measuring stick for that. And it's from Eric Worre. And it's the 1-3-5-7 rule. And it goes like this. 1-3-5-7. 1 year to be profitable. In other words, 1 year to make your money back and be profitable. And this is 1 year of 1 to 2 hours a day of something in your business on average, okay? 1 year to be profitable. 3 years to be able to go full time. In other words, replace the money you're making on your full-time job with an hour or two a day for 3 years. 5 years to make big money. We're talking Pro 7 and above, and the equivalent in other companies. $1 million business or more, 5 years. And 7 years to be world-class for top earners. So again, 1 year to be profitable, 3 years to go full-time and replace your income at your full-time job, going part-time, 5 years to make big money and build $1 million business, and 7 years to be world-class. So here's the deal, guys. The 1, the 3, the 5, or 7 years, it's going to go by anyway. You might as well just practice the fundamentals. You might as well work on your skill set. You might as well work on your mindset. You might as well just practice, and develop better habits. Because if you're not doing the actions and you're just wanting, and you're creating what they showed on on Saturday Night Live, you have a wish sandwich, which is you have 2 pieces of bread and you wish you had some meat. You got to put some meat into your game. That's where the do comes in. But here it is. It takes time. So if you're 6 months in and you're not making money yet, you got 6 months left to go on average. And that's the top earners. The top earners in this industry took 1 year to become profitable, 3 years to go full-time, 5 years to make $1 million business and make big money, and 7 years to be world-class. So give yourself the 1-3-5-7 and stop being too anxious. Stop wishing for miracles. Stop flipping coins and wondering if it's going to work. Just follow the system, follow the fundamentals, learn the fundamentals, read GoPro, practice, and don't quit, and you're going to get there. And you will be a real network marketer. And I invite you to stand up and start identifying yourself as such and change your thoughts, change your movement, and change your feelings, build new myelin pathways, and you'll get there. And you'll change your future. You'll change your legacy.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. So guys, Start now. You have just under 24 hours before tomorrow night's live opportunity overview. Every Tuesday night, it's the same Zoom link every single week. Okay, we will try to go live on Facebook on the Dondi and Marcy Nettles Entrepreneurs page, but it doesn't always work. So your best bet is to invite to the Zoom link, the Zoom presentation, so that you can start sharing this information with all of the people you love and care about. And by the way, I don't know if all of you know, but Dondi and I gave birth last Friday. We have a new business partner, and so we're actually going to be running out the door right now. Daniel, I hope you're ready for us. We're going to go and do his launch meeting right now. So everybody have an amazing, amazing night, and say a prayer because we're going to go kill this.
Amen.
All right, guys. See you. Thanks for being on.
See you tomorrow.
Where's it at?